Good morning. It's time for Winging It Buffalo Style. I'm Diana Fairbanks.
And I'm your CW star, Matt Snyder.
And truth be told, we're a little hopped up on jelly beans today. We'll get to that in just a little bit. In the kitchen, though, we're going to talk about the Easter Bunny's favorite dessert with Lindsay Gregg. We're talking carrot cake cupcakes and a special treat for second helpings. I think you're really going to like it.
And if you and your family are still working on plans for spring break, you have to check out what's happening at the Corning Museum of Glass. We have a live flame worker in the studios today, and that's going to be incredibly exciting.
I love watching them. I think it's just magical how they do it. So I'm so excited to see that. Oh, he's getting all geared up. This is going to be great. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. Also, technically, it is spring, although it doesn't feel like it. We're going to talk with the experts at the Ooh La La Fashion Truck. They're going to be live with us here. They're going to let us know how to still have some springtime fun in your wardrobe, despite what Mother Nature is dishing out for you.
Which is a good reason. You know, one of our producers, Lauren Hall, is just wearing spring clothing. She just decided she's done with winter. So, you know, maybe that's your way to get a little spring in your life, is wear bright colors, despite that they're not quite in season yet.
I thought about that this morning until I had to go out in the snow at, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was not having it.
Floor-length coats.
Not having it. All right, speaking of spring, though, remember, the Bison's opening game is next week. Yes, spring is here. Baseball is coming. And speaking of baseball, you got to check out this how would you describe it? We're just going to show it to you. It's happening down at Lehigh Valley. The Allentown team has installed a new urinal gaming system in the men's bathroom. And the controller, well, the stream of urine. It sounds like a joke, but it's totally for real. The Iron Pigs will go as far as displaying the high scores on the displays within the stadium. The games, it's for a good cause, though. The games also encourage prostate health among men. A lot of folks are talking about this because it's kind of crazy, is what it is. Matt has absolutely no comment. But I will say, as a mother, I will tell you this. I was thinking about potty training, and little boys are sometimes harder to train than girls to potty train. That's why parents do the Cheerio game in the toilet. This is so much cooler than Cheerios in the toilet.
It seems like when you finally think there's one spot in the world you can get away from technology, it pops back up again. I mean, I think it's a good idea. I think that, typically bathrooms at sporting events are kind of dirty and people are messy, so maybe this will control it a little bit.
Yes.
And I'm sure it's going to encourage beer sales, because if you want to play, then you're going to want to drink, and that's going to make you have to use the little boys' room to play your favorite video game, I guess.
All right, I like how you're spinning
somewhere.
this. You're working it. Okay, good. Positive spin on it, absolutely. But again, it's for prostate health awareness, too. So
it's also kind of cool because it's something that you can't play. I can play, you can't play it. So it's sort of like, haha, we win, one up on us.
All right. Speaking of one up, you got to check out this little boy and the little hijinks he gets in with to his sister's room. It's called the, Bedroom Bandit. It's on YouTube. 2-year-old kid. And his parents had the feeling that he just wasn't sleeping when they tried to put him at bed at night. So they installed a nanny cam just to see what he was really up to when he was sneaking out of his room. He uses a little tool, actually picks the lock of his the door of his sister's room, and later emerges with her pillow pal. Okay, the video's racked up more than 1 million views on YouTube. No word on any kind of punishment, but I don't even know what to make of this. But my first thought was, where's this kid getting it? He's 2 years old. When my kid was 2, no way she was coming up with this on her own. And she's a pretty smart kid, but, the kid had to learn this from somebody.
I don't quite remember when I was 2, but I don't think I was smart enough to learn how to pick. Like, that's like...
I couldn't do that now, as a grown-up.
That's like really... So this guy's either going to be a criminal mastermind or a genius. Not yet decided. We'll find out in a little bit.
Maybe he'll use his powers for good, not evil. Get the kid a pillow pet, and maybe he wouldn't have to do that.
It's one of those videos you just sort of watch, and it's like, that's really funny.
Is this happening?
But is it real? Like, are you really?
Right.
Like, a 2-year-old's picking a lock, which is really smart, but how do you have the, dexterity to do that? There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Well, and I will tell you this. It did cross my mind that, is this planned? Is this a YouTube kind of, made for YouTube video?
Little boys are little boys get into a lot of trouble, and some some people have trouble keeping their little boys in the crib. My parents just had trouble from keeping me
escaping from the crib.
Into the wall.
It's the breaking into the room that's the next step that I can't quite jump to, but it's a funny video. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
And if your kids are doing anything quite like that, please post them on our Facebook. We'd love to see if your kids can pick a lock or a hot wire car or anything like that.
Well, kids actually really excited right now. Easter is coming. The baskets are overflowing. The stores have candy everywhere. Now it's time to talk about Easter candy here in the studio today. We're talking about jelly beans, chocolates, Peeps. have you thought about jelly beans recently, other than just to consume mass quantities of them? Did you think about your favorite color of jelly bean? What do you think that is? Now, Forbes did a study on this and actually decided they were going to dig into this story a little deeper. What do you think? Favorite color jelly bean?
I mean, my favorite color, I like the pear flavored jelly bean, so I have to go with green, but I don't think that's America's favorite color.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And really, I prefer the Jelly Bellies too. But when it comes to just basic jelly beans, red is the favorite choice from Americans. There's just something special about it. But we have Jelly Bellies here in the studio, and we have been eating them nonstop.
It's been one of those things where you pick one, you're like, what flavor is this? Oh, that's good. And then the next minute, it's like, oh, what
well,
and
no. That's the problem. You get a bad one, so then you have to clear your palate with another good one. It's a whole cycle. It's a, you know.
But then when it comes to Easter candy, what is your favorite candy, like, of all time?
You and I disagree on a lot of things about food, but this is where we agree.
The Peeps.
The Peeps!
But, like, they have to be, like, 1 to 2 to, like, they have to be stale.
Even as an adult, my mom would send me packages in the mail, care packages around Easter, with the Peeps pre-opened because she knew that I liked them a little stale.
And you can do a lot of great things with Peeps. You can go peep jousting. It's where you put them in the microwave with little toothpicks, and you heat them up and they expand, and the first one to puncture the other one wins.
Oh, how about that? Oh, you got to check out the Washington Post every year. They do a peep show with Peeps doing various things. It's hilarious. Washington Post, you want to check that out.
And you know, one thing that's great about Easter is candy, but there's a lot of other amazing traditional things that are about candy. And one thing I love about Buffalo is that you can find all of those at the Broadway Market.